India's little-known startup firm, Flying Wedge, unveils autonomous combat aircraft in Bangalore this evening. After two unsuccessful attempts to place itself in India's defense aviation segment to manufacture defining flying objects as a startup firm, the Flying Edge has entered into tactical flying objects in the form of autonomous combat aircraft manufacturing using artificial intelligence. The previous attempt by Flying Wedge that developed the so-called bomber in the past did not define and deliver its position in India's defense sector. Previous products failed to attract interest as the manufacturer could not define its position as to name their products in defense aviation. Flying Edge as a startup company did participate in AeroIndia 225 in Karnataka startup pavilion that demonstrated India's defense aviation capabilities with participation of Adani Aero Space, DRDO, LRDe and NAL. The raw projects without clarity in its capabilities remained in question as they have failed to define their products and capabilities through actual performance to deliver capabilities of remotely operated flying machines. Flying Wedge as a firm has weak homework for their products before positioning in competitive market in India's domestic market. In their previous product launch of the so-called bomber, the product was a lame duck that lacked clarity as a bomber, as if the aircraft would carry bombs in its belly. It resembled a kind of smaller mock-up transport aircraft, comparing its capabilities to that of US-built Hercules 130C, as claimed by Suhas Tajeskanda during its presentation before the media then. Chief Operating Officer of Flying Wedge, Suhas, failed to answer the specs then on its capabilities of slots carrying ammunition in its belly or below the wings as the aircraft was propelled driven then. Now the tactical autonomous combat aircraft seem to be a decent offering from a Flying Wedge, as it has slots of mounting missiles and sensors and cameras that can undertake tactical defense applications. But their claim as India's first is a tall claim, as India already has several drone manufacturers who have proven track record. It remains to be seen to what extent domestic startups would create a space for them under rapidly expanding drone market in India and abroad. The autonomous combat aircraft has a mythic touch in its termed as Kala Bhairav, having 30 hours of endurance with a 3000 kilometers range as per the claim by the CEO. The aircraft has a cutting-edge technology and competitive production cost. The drone has 80% indigenous components and it can carry a payload of 91 kgs. The company aims to deliver not only in India but globally in future.
सर इसकी पेलोड कैपेबिलिटी आती है 91 kilograms as I told, and the range of it, the max linear range with the SATCOM, the SATCOM antenna is also connected here. It gives you a range of about 3000 kilometers today, the highest ever range that anybody is giving you today, and we're matching the standards of Israelis, the Turkish or the US today. And in such a compact format, giving that range is something that we feel, something good, because cost perspective में it's very good. Now EOIR capabilities भी है इसमें. It can be used for maritime surveillance. SIGINT है. Then we have ELINT, and then we have synthetic aperture radar for complete maritime surveillance के लिए, जो एक सर्चर जैसे एयरक्राफ्ट की एक रिप्लेसमेंट हो सकती है जो मेड इन इंडिया है. That's one way. And you can also see it is equipped with bombs, certain bombs. It can be glide bombs, it can be laser guided rockets, it can be missiles. तो हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि DRDO का ULPGMs भी इसके ऊपर आ जाए, तो ये 6 उठा के एक ही बार में जा सकती है, and 6 missiles it can fire. तो these are some high level things, and this is an autonomous combat aircraft, not a drone, I repeat.